are watching Click on Detroit Midday Live. It is August 10th, 2017. Our first story. This disturbing video shows two juvenile babysitters who were arrested in Massachusetts after they allegedly put a baby into a refrigerator and posted a video of it on Snapchat. The video apparently shows one of the girls opening the refrigerator to show a screaming baby inside. Other parts of the video show them putting the baby inside, laughing and joking all the while. You can see here, it is a truly disturbing video. At the beginning, you see they open up the fridge, and that is a screaming baby inside that fridge. The baby survived the ordeal and is expected to be fine. It is not clear how long the young child was inside the refrigerator. The babysitters are charged with child endangerment and assault and battery by means of a dangerous weapon, that weapon being the refrigerator. Here is the police chief speaking about the incident.
This past Monday evening at approximately 9:30 p.m., Danvers officers were notified by Swampscott Police of a potential situation.
It seems like kids nowadays really don't understand what's even right from wrong. They'll use Snapchat, social media to really gain any sort of popularity.
Once again, this is two babysitters from Massachusetts. Their names are being withheld because of their age, and the Department of Children and Families says it is investigating the incident. This is two babysitters from Massachusetts. They recorded this video of them putting a baby in a fridge, and they posted this video on Snapchat. These two juvenile babysitters were arrested, and the incident is being investigated. Once again, also, the baby is okay. It is expected to be fine. However, it is not clear how long the baby was inside the fridge. You can see again right there. This is the video where they open the fridge to reveal the screaming baby inside. It is a truly disturbing video. Moving on. A group of suspects tossed a firework into a South Florida Wendy's restaurant, and it was all captured on surveillance video. The incident occurred last month, but the video was released this week. The footage shows a worker sitting at a table in the fast food eatery when the door is opened and a lit firework is tossed inside. You can see right there, there is a small explosion right there, and then a much larger one. You see the worker right there, startled by that explosion. No one was injured in the incident, and officials in Deerfield Beach, Florida, that's where this happened, said the, quote, Roman candle-type firework left a 7-inch hole in the base of the wall. Detectives are still looking for the suspects. They believe 8 to 10 young men are responsible for the blast. Once again, this is a surveillance video from South Florida, where a group of suspects tossed a lit firework into a Wendy's restaurant. You see a worker right there, very close to the blast. Now that blast left a 7-inch hole in the wall. That worker, I would say, is lucky she wasn't closer to the blast, or she could have been seriously injured. What started as a typical city council meeting turned into anything but when a woman's purse suddenly burst into flames. The woman was seated in the back of the Boulder City, Nevada city council meeting when a battery inside her purse exploded. You see the video there. Here's that video with sound.
It was signed on July 20. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. It was signed on July 20. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
Now you can see in the video that it came right out of nowhere. Her bag just goes up in flames. Investigators, hang on, sorry about that. Boulder City Fire Chief Kevin Nicholson said the woman was burned on her leg. She was treated at the scene and sent home. It was not her phone that exploded, but the fire chief said he can't say for sure what kind of battery it was. Here's one witness, the Parks and Recreation Director, speaking about the incident.
Hear this god-awful noise. It sounded like maybe a bookshelf falling off or a picture falling off the wall.
Roger Hall is director of Boulder City Parks and Recreation, one of the first to rush over and help.
She was kind of like in shock because it happened so fast, and she was on fire, her purse was on fire, and it was kind of a crazy scene.
Scorch marks were left in the carpet showing where the battery was dropped as the woman made her way outside. Once again, this happened at a city council meeting in Nevada. A woman's purse suddenly caught on fire after a battery inside exploded. The fire chief gave this advice following the incident.
Make sure if you have a device and you have a battery, make sure you take the time to read your manual and follow the manufacturer's suggestions for care and maintenance. Make sure if you have a device and you have a battery, make sure you take the time to read your manual and follow the manufacturer's suggestions for care and maintenance.
Right, moving along, this body cam footage from South Carolina shows an incident that occurred earlier this year when an officer fatally shot a suspect after getting a call about a domestic situation. The officer was on his way to the call when this jogger, you see right there, approached his cruiser saying that a man had been chasing her down the street. Investigators say the man she was talking about was Jose Hernandez. The officer found Hernandez closer to the house. You see him right there. He was wearing only boxers, and a toxicology report showed that the 46-year-old had various drugs in his system, including meth and cocaine. Now, this video shows the moment that Hernandez got inside the officer's patrol car.
Central be out with a white male, corner Poplar and Woodland. Let me see your hands now. Hands on the car. Put them on the car. Put them on the car. Put your hands on the car. Get down on the ground now. Get down on the ground. Central be out with a white male, corner Poplar and Woodland. Let me see your hands now. Hands on the car. Put them on the car. Put them on the car. Put your hands on the car. Get down on the ground now. Get down on the ground.
Shots were fired after Hernandez tried to grab the patrol rifle between the driver and passenger seat, according to investigators. Once again, Hernandez got inside the patrol car, and this is the moment when shots were fired.
Get on the ground. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get on the ground. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Hernandez's DNA was found on the magazine and trigger of that rifle that was inside the patrol car. An investigation found that there was no criminal intent on the part of the officer, and he will not be facing charges. That officer is now back on active duty. Once again, this is body cam footage from an incident earlier this year when an officer fatally shot a suspect after getting a call about a domestic situation. That officer, after an investigation, it was found that there was no criminal intent on his part, and he will not be facing charges. All right, now some local headlines from this morning to close out Midday Live. A suicidal gunman who led police on a chase this morning before becoming barricaded inside a vehicle on southbound I-75 for more than 5 hours is in custody, according to Michigan State Police. Both directions of I-75 were closed for more than 5 hours. The 37-year-old man was armed and had made threats to officers and himself. He was streaming live on Facebook talking about how he would kill officers or himself. police said he was considered armed and dangerous. Oakland County Sheriff's deputies originally responded to a 911 call about a suicidal man in Pontiac. Deputies found the man driving and tried to stop him. He fled and led them on a chase south on I-75. The man's vehicle was disabled by police near Gainier Road, where he was in a standoff with officers for hours. State police said they were trying to negotiate a peaceful surrender and that, quote, "We're here to help him, not to hurt him." State police said there were no injuries to the suspect. Once again, a suicidal gunman who led police on a chase this morning before becoming barricaded inside a vehicle on southbound I-75 for more than 5 hours is in custody, according to Michigan State Police. Warren police were forced to open fire on robbery suspects this morning before chasing 2 of them into Detroit. Police confronted the suspects outside Sweet Dreams Bakery at 13 Mile and Ryan Roads. They were driving a stolen Jeep and tried to run over the officers, according to police. Officers opened fire, striking one of the suspects in the arm. 2 of the suspects were captured, but the other 2 sped away in the Jeep. Warren police chased them for about 12 miles until the Jeep crashed at I-94 and Connor Street in Detroit. That's where the other 2 suspects were taken into custody. No officers were injured. Warren police said they had been tracking this crew for a while, this crew was suspected of 5 to 10 break-ins, maybe more. Police said they were conducting surveillance at Sweet Dreams Bakery, trying to catch these robbers in the act. They called it, quote, "old-fashioned police work." These stills from a July 28th surveillance video shows the same crew conducting a break-in and robbery at nearby Metro Bar and Grill, which is just on the other side of Ryan Road at 13 Mile. The footage shows them using a crowbar. Once again, this is from this morning. Warren police were forced to open fire on robbery suspects before chasing 2 of them into Detroit. No officers were injured in the incident. All right, that wraps it up for Midday Live. Stick with Local 4 and click on Detroit, and have a great Thursday.